Hi, and welcome to EveryoneSocial's video guide on employee advocacy from a moderator's point of view. As a moderator, you play a crucial role in engaging with users in EveryoneSocial, ensuring content aligns with the company's goals, and driving the overall success of your program. In this video, we'll cover what EveryoneSocial is, the roles and responsibilities of the people who use EveryoneSocial, group settings, content management, reporting and best practices, and we'll finish with some examples of employee advocacy in action. What is EveryoneSocial? EveryoneSocial is a platform that drives company growth by providing tools that empower you and your colleagues to share social content and grow their professional networks. You see, people trust people. The people in your company are the best at sharing your brand's message for the most authentic and engaging insights into what your company does, what its goals are, and how it can benefit others. Whether that benefit comes from an open job position being filled, a product being purchased, or an innovative process being shared, your colleagues are the best ones positioned to share that message for the most reach and engagement. Now that we've covered what EveryoneSocial is, let's look at the role of a moderator and the specific features accessible to that role. Moderators are crucial to a program's success. They're gatekeepers for a group's content that will be shared with thousands of people, hopefully hundreds of thousands of people. They screen group content to protect a company and ensure the content and group is safe, trustworthy, and influential. Moderators are advocates for a company's brand, but most importantly, for its people and their success. They tend to be recognized as leaders and encourage their teams to share successes and knowledge so their teams, in turn, can be recognized as leaders. Moderators see value in what a company provides and what its team members have to share. Traditionally, moderators review content to determine if it's permissible and aligned with the content strategy. In EveryoneSocial, moderators are much more influential and look at not only content already submitted, but also look for what content should be added and who should add it. Great moderators know. They know content strategy, they collaborate with product and marketing teams and understand the company's social media policies, if disclosures need to be applied, or terms that should be blocked. Great moderators know the group. They understand the group's purpose, identify how members join the group, and how content is published. Is the group private? Are members automatically added? Can users contribute content? Is content automatically sourced? If yes, why was it sourced? Why was it added? Great moderators know their audience. They know the group members and they provide support and guidance to users to foster a positive and engaging community. Once you understand the intricacies of what you're looking to achieve, how the group fits into your goals, and who's on your team, you'll be able to optimize your group's content and better understand what you need and who can help. Let's take a look at EveryoneSocial. You can quickly see the groups you moderate by going to Groups and Moderating. Circles next to a group's title mean that group is public, and a lock icon next to a title means the group is private. Let's click Edit to look at the settings so you can familiarize yourself with those. All group settings are accessible to group moderators and admins, with the exception of deleting the group, which is only accessible to admins. Let's go over each setting. Group details are high level and usually won't change after the initial setup. Group name is the title displayed for the group, and department and location are added if users are required to be in one to join the group. Cover image and color are the media assignments for the group. Next, you'll see group settings. Group settings are toggles, assigning content rules for group post. Allow members to post means members can contribute content to the group. Auto-approve post means moderators do not need to review the post before group members see it on the timeline. Read-only means the post cannot be shared to social networks. Now, moderators can add other moderators to the group, but remember, moderators must first be a member before they can be added in this setting. You can automate group content by using sources. Sources save time by creating posts of the latest content or news for your team without you having to find and post the content. You can learn more about sources in our Help Center, including best practices and FAQs. Let's look at the layout of a group from a moderator's point of view. Post is the first page viewed, aka the group timeline, which displays all published content. If the group is public, anybody can click it and preview the group timeline and any published post. There may be a join or a leave button depending on the user and their membership status. There's an edit button that's always present for moderators and admins. If allowed, members can also start a post from the timeline. Now, there are some things to consider with posts. Posts can be shareable versus engageable. Shareable posts are posts that share from EveryoneSocial to a social network, while engageable posts are link posts that take you directly to a social post where members can interact with that post, which increases its virality chances. Share copy variations can be added to any post. You can include social share copy that has multiple versions, so your team isn't sharing the same content or image with each post. Last, consider pinning post if you want content at the top of the timeline. This is great when introducing the group to your team or announcing a new social initiative. Now that we've looked at posts, let's look at the Members tab, which shows you who's a member of the group. This is a really good time for us to look at how the moderator role compares to the role of others. You're going to see 3 roles in groups, which are impacted by the user's assigned workspace role. So you've got group roles and you've got workspace roles. Group roles default to the permission set with the highest level of posting permissions. What does that mean? Well, admins are always going to have admin permissions, even if they're just a group member. But users, they may have moderator permissions in a group they moderate unless they're posting permissions outside of that group. Without going into too many details, here are the differences that you can expect between posting permissions and other roles. Moderators and admins have these same permission levels in a group, except admins can delete a group and edit the group's privacy, such as if it's public or private. Contributors or users are also similar, except contributors can add share copy and mark content as branded. Both users and contributors can allow their post to be shared and send the content to any activated integrations and their own social media accounts. Assigning group roles is extremely important so you can clearly see who performs the moderator duties in a specific group. Why? Well, as a group moderator, you can see group roles, but you can't see user roles. Group roles include member, moderator, and owner, where owners and moderators are pretty much the same thing. Group members can hold any workspace role, such as admin, contributor, or user. It's important to understand that there are different permissions because it can explain why some members can mark something as branded, add share copy, apply different post settings, and do a whole bunch of other things while also understanding their responsibility within the group itself. Moderators are the content gatekeepers, which means you'll have access to view posts in the for approval, scheduled, and removed states. When reviewing content, it's important to remember to drive interest in your employees' content, not just the company's brand, allowing the final audiences to see your colleagues as thought leaders, problem solvers, and relatable personalities. Let's look at the types of content to consider posting. You can look at sourced content or user-generated content. Sourced content is added in group settings using the sources setting. Sources are added via RSS feeds and keyword searches. We recommend using sources when managing a group for a specific team, industry, or project because you can save time finding relevant content by having a source of inspiration and truth for a specific subject. For example, sales teams could automatically create posts for LinkedIn's business sales strategy content. Professional development could use TED.com, Harvard Business Review, or Pick the Brain. Sourced content provides quick, reliable content, but it is not the only thing you should rely on. User-generated content is equally as important. What is user-generated content? Well, user-generated content, or UGC in short, is any type of content such as text, videos, and images created by the users of your service rather than the brand itself. User-generated content is often seen as more trustworthy and authentic than content created by brands because real people create it with their unique experiences and perspectives. Who can provide user-generated content? This is where group settings are important. Depending on the group, all group members can submit content that may or may not require approval. Admins and moderators' content are automatically posted, even if the group requires approval. Contributors and users' content need approval if the group setting requires content to be approved. As you add and review content, you should be looking to publish 6 group posts a week. 3 posts should be industry leadership posts, which is content relevant to the company's industry and employees' roles. Think automated sources for well-reputed sites. partner updates, and hot topics such as AI and cybersecurity. 2 posts should be relevant to the company and brand. These are anything from published blogs, upcoming events, job posts, cultural content, and press releases. 1 post is promotional, which means it's relevant to the individuals in your company, preferably their personal brand. You want to celebrate the people in your company and what they're doing. There's a reason they're on your team, and this is a great opportunity to use what we call engageable post to drive traffic to their social post online and help boost the visibility into what they're doing, potentially driving virality. Where do you find these 6 posts? Here's a brief list of places that you can find content. There are many more opportunities and publications rife with relevant content for your company and team. We recommend working with your content strategy team to ensure you are pulling the most relevant content. Be sure to check these regularly because content strategies can change quickly for you and your sources. Moderators will spend a good majority of time reviewing submitted content, whether it's awaiting approval or already posted. It's best to ensure it's all aligning with the company's goals. The post management feature is the most efficient way to review content. Post management is a great tool to quickly view submitted, scheduled, live, and removed content. Submitted content is the posts that are pending approval. Scheduled content is the posts that have been approved but won't publish until later. Live posts are posts that have been approved and they are published. These posts are visible on the group timeline. Removed content is the posts that have been removed from the group, but they're still accessible to admins and moderators. This is different from deleted posts, which are completely deleted and you can't access them no matter the role you have. Be sure to filter the options to see which posts that you need to hone in on, such as user-generated posts or posts that lack suggested share copy. Now let's look at reports and actionables. All moderators have access to data produced from their group's members, group posts, and shares that came from the group's content. There are hundreds of data values available, so you could invest a lot of effort into driving specific actions based on your company's goals. We recommend focusing on what posts drive the most engagements, how does it improve your program overall, based on the post type, subject matter, and the groups the content was published to. What content drives the most external engagement? Look for shares, the people sharing, and share copy. Is there a common theme? Look for users who might be really good trainers, contributors, or moderators. Again, there's a lot available, and if you want to go deeper in analytics, please check out our Help Center for more information on reporting and actionables. Next, let's look at some best practices. The first one is to have fun. This should not feel like more work. The program itself should elicit a happy response that make people want to do more of it. Pin content to the top of the group, introducing the team and what the group is for. Next, be sure to incentivize your team. Reward employees for actively participating in the program. We recommend using leaderboards to help you incentivize based on actions you want to see. Be a team champion. Congratulate the people who are doing really good work on the program. Encourage them to share and participate what's happening. Give shout outs publicly to anybody who's doing a wonderful job with their social sharing. Next, be sure to learn and innovate. Keep an eye on the data and the analytics and what people are doing that could help you drive better results. Another way to learn is to ask your group members to list all the content they feel should be part of an employee advocacy program. We recommend listing this by subject matter and by post type, such as video, image, or text. Ask them to put a star next to each of the pieces of content they, as individuals, would be willing to share on their own professional social networks. You're not the only ones learning. Make sure you know each social network's purpose and the algorithm so that you can teach others in your group. No trending topics and hashtags. As promised, here are some examples of advocacy in action. Crumble Cookie social marketer gained thousands of impressions sharing their successful reinvention of the company's Pinterest page, while sharing a few things they did to make a change. The company was tagged and the picture had the company's logo in the background, but all of the content was focused on the social marketer's responsibilities and impact. This was a great example of promotional content. Shopify shared a teammates post. Now this is an example of how you can celebrate your colleagues in an advocacy program. It displays the company cares about its employees and is responsive. In this case, the response came from the employee tagging Shopify for more visibility on their post. It was a win-win. Paperfly did the opposite. In this example, Paperfly shared a blog post, and the post was then shared by the employee. You can make this happen by using engageable post in EveryoneSocial, because engageable posts don't always have to be an individual's post. You can create engageable post using the company's social post, which drives more visibility not only to the company's online content, but also the brand page itself. Next, a Cyprus Environment and Infrastructure employee tagged the company in celebration of World Wetlands Day and shared pictures of what they do on the job. This gave the employee's network a glimpse into a day in the life while driving visibility to the company with the tag. In your advocacy program, you can do this by sharing a social prompt that encourages your employees to post on social media holidays, such as World Wetlands Day. Advocacy can be for anyone. The last two examples are indicative of this. First, a realtor shared a carousel of images on how to make a home more sustainable on World Environment Day. And a government agency shared images of their area with the agricultural initiatives they are publicly focusing on to help create a better environment. A few of our clients are even using public post pages and creating QR codes for shareable posts with hashtags to gain more visibility and awareness during in-person events. The sky is the limit. I hope these examples help and you feel inspired with the possibilities ahead of you. You're in a great position to help the people you work with be seen as the amazing individuals they are and share the innovative ways your company is changing the world. Thanks so much for sticking around, and please reach out to support if you have any questions at all. Until next time, happy sharing.